Hello and welcome to another training video from XMPRO. Today we will be looking at how to use the tree list component. As a prerequisite, you should have already gone through the video on how to create and use data sources. If not, then I recommend doing that first. The tree list component can be found in the basic blocks section. To get the tree list working, you will need to add a data source, and then bind the data source columns. Display is what you will see, and I will set this to position. ID is the ID of the row, and parent ID is the ID of the parent. As this is a tree list, there will be a hierarchy, like in the icon. Note that there must be a row that has parent ID null, and this will be the root item. So we can save this and then launch it. So this is how the tree list works. You can expand rows, and for instance the HR manager would have parent ID as the ID of COO, and COO would have parent ID as the ID of the CEO, and CEO would have null as the parent ID. Now we can go back. And there are some behavior options here in the block properties. We have visible, which is self-explanatory, disabled, self-explanatory, tooltip, which if you add something here, then that will show up when you hover over the item. Search enabled, which will allow you to search by the display column. And select multiple, which will allow you to select multiple rows. So if I save that and then launch again. So as you can see, there's now a search bar, and we can search by the display column. And also, because we checked the select multiple, there are now checkboxes. How they work is that if you select one item, the parent gets a square, and if you select all the items, the parent gets a tick. If you select a parent item, it also selects the children. And if you unselect a parent item, it unselects all the children. This has been how to use the tree list component.